Hi and welcome. So today we are talking money. Yes, as a young person, most of the time you're looking for ways to save your money and make some sort of interest on it at the end of the day. And this cool new fintech is making it possible in a very cool way as well. So stick and stay. We'll be right back. All right, so welcome, Mubarak Sumaila. So CEO of Bezomoney. What exactly is Bezomoney?
Yeah, so we're a fintech startup that is based in Ghana, in Accra. We started from the MESH training program, where we got a seed funding of $100,000 to start this, and we're here today. What we basically do is we build digital financial products and services for people that are unbanked, and also for young people. So I think we acknowledge the fact that a lot of the financial products that are out there are not sort of like tailored to the kinds of people that are within this country and within this context. So we sought out to build something that actually works for people, and also something that works for the current generation and also for the next generation.
Good. I mean, you recently launched your new product, but we'll get back to that. You've been in existence for almost 2 years. So, within that period, what are some of the products that you've launched?
I think it's mostly been BezoSusu, which is our flagship product. It's a savings product that allows you to set personal and group savings goals and save towards them. And whilst doing so, we help you build a savings history. I think sometime during COVID, we decided to build a crowdfunding platform because at that time we were mostly at home, and I think a lot of the people in the informal sector were grossly affected by the fact that they couldn't do anything and go to the market and sell. So we built a simple crowdfunding platform to help them collect money, and I think we raised about $40,000 just for them. Yeah, so it was really crazy. But yeah, those are some of the things we've done in the past few years. But I think currently the main products is just the savings products.
The Susu, BezoSusu. So let's talk about BezoSusu in detail. What exactly is it, and what pushed you to look in that direction?
Yeah, so it's a first of all, it's a savings platform. That's what we built it for. We like I was basically saying before, we saw that a lot of the savings products out there are not built to suit the lifestyle and culture of the people that we have in Ghana. If you look at the informal sector, for instance, there are a lot of people from that sector that go to the bank and feel very sort of like timid and inferior. Some can't read and write, you know. Some go there, they can't even speak English, so they feel weird going to the bank. So they would rather be at home and save with their friends, right? And that's one of the things that got us to actually start this, where we saw how people were basically saving with their friends in groups and inside Susu boxes at home. And so I think we just looked at all of that and realized that the banks are not in this game to actually help these people. They are here to make money, and whoever brings them the most money is the person that they actually focus on. So I think we set out to actually solve this problem with this savings product. And also I think the next generation, which is the young people that we have right now, the 18-year-old, 17-year-old Gen Zs, right? And a lot of the, I think, products that are out there, they like to use tech a lot. And they like, being online, they like being on their phones. We realized that we saw that there was a gap in the Ghanaian market. When you go to other countries, they have like full-blown digital banks on phones and all of that. So in Ghana, we don't have things like that. It's mostly the banks who do this. And some people complain that their apps don't work really well, right? And it's even difficult to actually create an account from home. So we also tailored the savings product to them as well. So, for starters, it's a simple savings product. You can save as an individual. You can save with your friends in a group. And then while savings, we help you build a savings history. We want to give them access to other financial products and services based on the savings history. And also we want to partner with other financial institutions to bring on board other financial products like credit, investments, pensions, insurance, and all of these things. So the savings is just the foundational layer where we actually are able to get them to come to us, and then we give them access to other things. And I think our mission is to get people to actually step up the like social ladder. If you're a market woman and you are saving with us today, next time you should actually be able to move your sort of like business from a small tabletop to like a small kiosk. And next year you should be able to move to somewhere else, right? So that eventually you actually get somewhere.
Good. And you mentioned how those in the informal sector usually have issues with having some basic sort of literacy in terms of how banks work, etc. And your product also is doing so using tech, and you should have some level of understanding of the space. Does this sort of predetermine who your audience is, or it still incorporates a lot of the very informal sector players?
Yeah, I think it does. It does. We started off focusing on just them. And during COVID, we had a lot of young people reach out to us. They were sending us emails. They were basically calling us and asking us, about the savings platform and how they could get on board. So we told them that we didn't build this for them, and we don't understand why they are calling us. So we got in touch with a couple of them. And then they told us what we're doing was very cool, and they liked the fact that we're a very young team and they wanted to be part of what we're doing. We're like, okay. So we sort of like started to basically create content that would basically encompass the young people as well. And we didn't start off like that. So I think it's more about we go where the market leads us, right? And also in line with that, we launched a financial literacy platform called BezoSmart to educate people on financial literacy. Mostly young people for now, but eventually we also want to have that for the informal sector. And that was also because people kept asking us about certain things, right? Where do I invest my funds, right? If I have a friend who once asked me, he said he had I think 50,000 Ghana cedis, and he didn't know whether he should buy a piece of land or he should buy bonds, right? And I know there are a lot of people in Ghana who maybe have some money and don't know where to go or who to talk to, right? So we decided to basically launch that. So for us, we follow the trends in the market and we go where the market leads us.
So before my question, what's the current trend?
I think the biggest trend right now is investment.
It's
Investment. A lot of people have money, some money, and they want to grow the money. And our markets are not very sort of like developed, right? In the States, you could invest in an Apple or in a Google from your phone, right? They have apps to basically help you do this. You can invest in almost in like anything at all. Here, we don't have those kind of financial instruments, right? They are there. Some people don't even know. There are people who don't know how to like go about buying bonds or T-bills. But this is easy for some people. And there are even big people that I know who would give the money to fund managers to just buy T-bills for them, right? But buying it, they could do it themselves, right? So these are some of the things. So I think that's the biggest one. The second, I think, is credit. A lot of people want loans. We get people asking us every day. They said, I mean, you're doing savings, but do you give loans? We're like, no, we don't. Maybe we would, someday.
When the market leads you.
Exactly. When the market leads us, then there's also some, I think, regulatory aspects that you would have to look at if you want to delve into something like that. Yeah, but I think those are the two biggest trends currently. The other one is just the fact that people want to bank on their phones, right? They don't want to walk to the bank anymore. There was a tweet recently. There was a guy who said he created an account at a bank, and he had to on his phone, and he still had to go to the bank to activate the account. Why? Right. These are some of the things. So a lot of people just want to have that kind of convenience where they will be at home and then be able to use their phones to create accounts and then transact. Right. Yeah.
So if someone wants to sign up to BezoSusu, what must the person know and how does it work?
Yeah. So we have a web app right now and a USSD platform. The web app, I think when you go to bezosusu.com, www.bezosusu.com, there's like information on what it does and everything. And then there's a login button at the top. When you click it, there's a button there to actually register. The registration process is simple. I think we just ask you for your name, your address, and then your ID card, a passport I think, picture to make sure that we actually verify who you are and all of that. It's that simple. And then once we get your info, we basically validate it, and then you can have an account. And so what it allows you to do, in essence, is you can create savings goals. And I think, our lives are better as people when we have goals in life, right? Like if you have a friend and maybe at the beginning of the year you had a goal to maybe buy a car or buy a house, it will lead you to do certain things. If your friend sat there and never had any goal, the year would come and end, and the person's life wouldn't be going anywhere, right? So we were like, nah, it's important to make sure that we allow people to start setting money goals, which would eventually lead them to, I think, financial independence, right? So you can create as many goals as possible. We have some cool emojis there. It's very cool. You can do some cool stuff on there. And then you can make, I think, deposits using your Momo wallet, right? If you have a MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo Money, it all works. We're trying to do deposits from bank accounts, but we're still doing some integrations before that would happen. But now, yeah, that happens. You can just deposit from your Momo wallet, and then just put the money into your savings goal. And then we send you messages every now and then to tell you whether you're actually close to getting to your goal and all of that. And there's also an interest which is quite competitive. It's 9% per annum. It's kind of like low, but still better than what your bank gives you. Right. So you end up per month. It's 9% per annum, but we give it to you on a monthly basis. I think those are some of the major things that you can actually do with us. Yeah.
Good. You talked about not venturing to some spaces for now because obviously there's some sort of regulation that goes on. And even in this space, I remember when I published, when you launched, people were having issues about whether you're not going to run with their money, and they cited examples that we are all too familiar with. What kind of assurance are you giving to such a person?
Yeah, I think that was also the thing where we basically started this, right? We started this with the right intentions to actually do something to make a change. We're young people, we have a long life ahead of us. We just wanted to do something to basically help people. And then we started encountering some of those things. Someone ran out with their money. There was a loom. There was different names, right? And so we were like, sort of like shocked because we're trying to help you. People are like, yeah, but someone, we give our money to this other guy and then they just run away with the money. And we're like, no, we're not going to run away with your money. We don't need to run away with your money. We're looking to build something that would stay, right? That would come and stay. So we had to. So the number one issue or obstacle we had to overcome was trust, right? And so we decided to. That's why we actually launched BezoSmart, to show them that we're giving you value, right? I mean, we want you to save and get to your goals and everything, but at the end of the day, we also have something that we want to offer to you, right? So we were doing a lot of campaigns, a lot of things, and I think with time, people saw that okay, we're not some scam or anything. We're not here to take your money and then run away. We're not going anywhere. So there are a lot of things that we did try to make sure that we actually had in place. We tried to partner with some banks. We spoke to BOG about this whole licensing routes. They worked it out. They basically advised us. Then they were happy that we were coming to them. I think mostly people don't go to them; they hide until BOG finds out. But we went to them, and we're a fintech, so we're like, what do we do? Like, what do we need to do? Because we want to do this. It's worked in other countries. I think there's Piggyvest, there's Kuda in like Lagos. These people are basically disrupting the space, and they are doing more transactions than banks, right? But we don't have one in Ghana. There are a lot of digital banks in SA, in UK, but Ghana has none because everybody is so scared to do anything because of what has happened, right? So we did all of that to show people that look, we're here to build something to actually make a change, not to take your money and then run away. We have a very solid support network of investors, partners, advisors. The goal is to actually build something that comes to stay. Yeah.
I mean, you are a company that is built around trends, and one of the hottest things at the moment is e-levy, and you are having a model that obviously people are going to use mobile money to deposit and all of that. How do you see this impacting on your business?
Yeah, so I think one thing that we I think decided to do, we did it a long time ago, but we didn't understand what the implications would be today, whether it will help us from the technical standpoint or not. But it actually ended up being advantageous to us. We decided to implement a feature we call primary wallet, where your money sits. Like you can just go and put money there, right? And at the time we did it, we were like, it doesn't make any sense because people have their mobile money wallets. So why have another primary wallet on our system? And then we were like, maybe let's just have it there. People can just keep money there, and then they can move the money into their savings goals. And if they are taking the money from their savings goals, it could go back there, right? And in the future, we could launch, let's say, payment products, something that helps you to actually spend the money you have in your Bezomoney wallets. Maybe you go to buy food from a restaurant, you're paying for like a ride. You can actually spend the money from there. You don't have to take it out. So that was the idea. And then when this e-levy thing came up, we were like, it looked like it was a good idea that we did the primary wallet thing. So now we allow you to transfer money there. So you get charged, you get charged, I think once to just put the money there. But once it's there, you don't get charged anything to put the money into your savings goal. Eventually, if we have our ecosystem working properly, the money can stay with us. So you have your money there. You can invest it through us. You can put it here. You can pay for things. You don't even have to take it out. Yeah. So I think those are some of the things.
Is that an option that maybe, for instance, they can convert their actual cash into to deposit that in? How does that work?
Yeah. So you have your funds first of all in your Momo wallet. Let's say your MTN wallet. You come to the dashboard. And then you go to the deposit feature.
Oh, so yeah. You have to, it's e-transfer.
It's e-transfer.
Okay, I was thinking more like maybe...
Or the physical. No, the physical, we're looking at an agent system, but that also comes with its own complications. But it's something that we're actually looking to do, especially for the informal sector, because we know that there are people there that need help when they are trying to transact. Yeah, so we would eventually have something like that.
So before we leave, what would be your final word to Ghanaians?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of fear in the system right now, and I don't think the fear is going to take us anywhere. There have been some of the big countries that we actually see today. Some of them were once like us, and things were not as advanced as they are now with them. But they all took risk, right? And I think in life we always need to acknowledge that in order to achieve anything, we have to take that kind of risk and take that step. So I know there's a lot that has happened that is sort of like I think motivating young people from doing anything, right? They are hearing this, they are hearing that, they are like, I'm too young, I'm too small, I should probably not do anything. And I think we should actually stand up and start doing things, right? And the more we basically try to innovate, the more the governments would actually be very happy because we're going to create jobs. Today, Bezomoney, we have 16 employees. We're looking to grow. We're actually helping the economy in our own small. People can go home and then be able to afford something to eat, and then a place to sleep and all of that. So I think we should actually sort of like wake up and start doing things, especially the young people. Yeah.
So there you have it. Thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. Make sure you stick and stay for more amazing content on Ameyaw TV. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like our content, and share and comment as well.